Masters Championships. Didn't really tell many people I'd went out here, actually. I don't think even told Charlie I was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Decided to go out there, and my boyfriend wasn't able to come. He was working. So I was out there myself, and I thought, right, let's go out and perform. I know nobody I'm competing against. This is a great opportunity to just go and run. And I ran the 200 metres on the Sunday, the 3rd.
So we're in Finland now, aren't we? We're now talking about Finland.
Yeah.
So this is your, in what I dream is my new inspirational story of never giving up, because this is people talk about never give up because you'll be at the end. This is 20 years and 4+ year cycles of people just getting at you, and now you are representing GB in the Masters League. So you're there. You're in Tampere, Finland. Did I pronounce that right, or have I butchered that?
Yeah, it's Tampere, yeah.
Tampere, right. I'll get there eventually. I'm British, we're dreadful at languages. Tampere, so you're in Tampere, Finland. You are out there, you're at the end of your redemption arc, feel-good story. This is a proper great moment. If you get the chance after this, look at Stacey's socials. The photos of her are, if you've listened to this, you'll be tearing up. It's so inspiring to see. So walk us through now. On the way to the Masters League, you've just found out the Commonwealth Games team.
Yeah.
So you're on the plane. You've just sighed when you've read the team.
Yeah, I'm trying not to cry around strangers. You know, that way when you're like so emotional, and it's nice to celebrate good emotions. You know, like I say, if your team scores their football goal, but to experience emotions like that, I just sat in my book and I just started journaling. I was like, I'm on my way to the World Athletics Championships. This is going to be, I'm competing in this and this. I just thought I needed to change my focus straight away.
Yeah.
And I needed to turn that disappointment into fuel. And I thought, do you know what? I need to prove the selectors wrong and prove people wrong that, I have got it in me to have a good season. And I thought, why not take the opportunity? And when it comes to championships, like, I'm pretty hard to beat. I've always went into championships thinking that I'm going to win it. I'm never going to not, because that performance beforehand means nothing. A times on a sheet doesn't mean they run that time on that day. So I went in there. I knew that I was ranked quite highly on the times that we'd entered with. But again, the conditions on the day, turned up, won my heat, really good performance, and I smashed my season's best by half a second. I thought, okay, I'm in good shape here. But it turns out I had a really strong headwind. I thought, even better, okay, so let's get rid of this win for the final, and I'm going to really go some. The second heat, the girl ran quicker than what I'd ran, but then I looked at the result and showed she didn't have any wind at all. I thought, okay, this is all to play for then.
Yes, this is a very even playing field.
Definitely. And I always came back to, I had lucky lane 6, I called it. So lane 6 I had for the heat, lane 6 I had for the final. And I'd won my British title from lane 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this 6 is going to be good for me. It's not the devil's sign. It's good for me.
Yeah.
And I just went for it. And my race is on my Instagram. And they were lucky, some of the other competitors in the British team filmed it for me. And I crossed the line. I thought, I've got this. But I remember Kelly Holmes crossing the line and she's like, ah! And she's like, did I get it? Did I not? And she's like, that unsureness of her. And I was thinking, I better not celebrate too soon. I don't know if I've got it or not. And I remember looking across at the scoreboard and all I saw was my name and the announcer shouting. I was like, yes, this is me. Really? And all the emotion of everything I'd been through, just hearing the team, trying to qualify, trying to chase times, when, for whatever reason, I couldn't quite do it when I needed to. On that day I did it. I was like, yes, this is it. This is why I do the sport, to be winning medals, to be putting performances out. And what really got me is I'm walking around, I got my photo taken with the flag, which is really nice, and walking back round to get my stuff. Oh, you've been selected for drugs testing, off you go. And I'm
the good old anti-doping come down.
Definitely. So I'm like, okay, right, let's go. Off I go. Luckily, took somebody else from the team that knew, a bit about the process there. He'd been involved in anti-doping around the world. He works with them. And I was like, oh, you'll be a good person to come. And so I celebrated with him sitting in anti-doping, waiting until, I was able to give a sample. And then off I go get my medal. He took the video of me. And I don't think there's any more special moment than getting the national anthem played as you're getting a medal. No, and I'm standing there going, I can't even remember the words. It's just mush, It was just so special. And to feel like I'd won one gold, I thought, do you know what, Stacey, that's enough. You could go home. You've won one. You're world champion. And to kind of take that lightly, I guess I never realised the implications of what I'd just done. I just knew that I'd won an hour race. But arguably that could be one of my best ever wins. And to have done it in the circumstances of, well, maybe not quite in the shape I'd like to have been in this season, obviously with COVID overhang. This is my first competition since COVID and things haven't quite went to plan. And to come back after that horrendous injury, like to be winning and running my quickest time in 3 years since my really good year a couple of years ago before COVID, I was like, this is brilliant, you know? So I kind of came away from it. The Monday, next day, I couldn't sleep at all overnight.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to celebrate. My post kind of race celebration was an anti-doping, so I never really got to go and celebrate it as anyone else would. I went and got a shower. I went out and I had my medal in my bag. I thought, this is my special bit of hardware. I'm going to keep it close to me. And I'm walking around past a Burger King, and this guy's like, "Hey, well done, congratulations!" And I'm thinking, I'm in normal clothes here. How do you know who I am? Like, I've got no on. I don't know who you are. Turns out he was getting his medal at the podium where I was.
Oh,
And
amazing.
Chatting to him, my celebration was in Burger King because nothing else was open by the time I got out and into to go and get some food in Tampere. So yeah, I met a couple of athletes who'd also got medals and started learning how to speak Spanish with them, and it was a cool night. I just wanted to forget unforgettable moments because all you want to do is hug someone after you've won something like that or celebrate with them.
Yeah.
But I had no one with me to do that with, so I was having to hug random teammates I'd never met before, and you know, it was just a really good camaraderie within the British team. And I went out into the next event. I had a couple of days downtime in between, and I'd written on a bit of paper, 200 meter world champion, 400 meter world champion. I thought, I'm not going home with just one.
Yeah.
It's like, I've always done 2 events. I've always doubled up. I've never just won one title. I want to try and double up wherever I can. So if it's just doing the sprints when you're younger, you've got this automatic image that you can do 2 sprints, no problem. So I went out into that 400, and I remember feeling a couple of days after the 200, a bit of a come down, and I felt absolutely knackered. I thought, I don't feel great. What's up with me? I just feel like really flat. And I thought, it's just because of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Came to the Wednesday morning, I was like, I really don't feel good. Like, I feel sick. This is weird. I thought, what's going on here? So I thought, right, just run the 400 heat. And, you know, if I still feel rubbish, I can maybe go and see a doctor here or whatever. Maybe I've just eaten something. I goes and runs the 400 heat, qualifies pretty comfortably. I won my heat in like a 58 seconds, like quite low 58, and it was quite an easy run for me. And the nicest thing was I'd got round it without any problems. I was like, great, my breathing's fine, happy days. COVID's not going to be a problem here. I hopefully don't think it will be anyway. The other heat was won by a local favourite, and she ran 56 seconds, and I thought, okay, right, I need to go some to be beating her. So next day, wakes up again Thursday, feeling even worse. I was thinking, what am I still doing in Finland for? I feel so ill. I should really be in my bed, just chilling out and doing nothing. I think it was the come down after winning the 200. I was still, like, the emotions of everything had just come out. I just didn't feel great, and I got some antibiotics from the team doctor, and he said, like, you should be okay, take these. And if you feel well enough, come out and compete. I think I'd picked up a urine infection or something like that. And I went out in the 400 metre final. I'm up to about an hour before. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go in that start line because I'd rank with the 200. I really didn't think. I was like, it's like, come on, Stacey, right? You can run quicker in 58 too. I really had to coach myself, and every bit of mindfulness and experience and strength that I've used over the years, I had to draw on everything. I was like, right, get on that start line. The lane draw couldn't have been better. I had the fastest guy beside me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, right, I've already won the 200 and I beat you in the 200. You were third. I just need to get you to 200 metres and I've got this one. So I just need to get up on her and keep going. And I think I probably ran one of my smartest races I've ever ran because it wasn't about a time, it was about winning it. And I just knew that I needed to get up on you by the first 200 metres. I paced myself really well. Got up on her in the second bend. I thought, right, come on, Stacey. Like, my strength is the first 300. The last 100 I've always usually kept my form. But you never know with having COVID. Have I got it in this last straight? Have I not?
Mm-hmm.
Gets down to the last home straight. The home crowd is going wild. She's catching back up on me. I only had about a metre in the lead. And it was neck and neck going down the home straight into the last 30 metres. And I never knew this, but she was like a stride behind me. I couldn't see her. And the last 30 metres, I just kept strong and ran through the line and ran a massive season's best by like a second. And she was second. And I was like, I couldn't even celebrate though. I just crossed the line. I was like, yes. And then straight away I'm feeling
Just
rubbish.
dropped.
Over,
yeah.
In a state of disbelief, but also relief, I think.
Wow.
Like, I've not only just won one here. I've came out and run probably the hardest event on the track. arguably one of the most toughest events you could ever do. And I've ended up with another gold. And I honestly, it didn't sink in. I went and got my medal. And I was just like, I don't think it still hasn't sunk in yet. I think having the medals here with my name on it and engraved and the time I ran and the event, what made it even more special was like I was out there on my own doing it. It was like going full circle from when I was like young Stacey, like starting out when I was 12. I'm doing something that I wanted to do and made the most of it. And yeah, it was just an experience of a lifetime. It really helped me heal. And it's really tough knowing that the Commonwealth Games are starting this week coming and I'm not there, but I'm like, would I have had that experience had I got picked? I don't know. But I can honestly say, like, to have had those results and to be sitting here with 2 golds, not just one, but 2, and know what went into them and kind of what the story was behind them. Like, it's never just plain sailing in sport. But I think in athletics, it can be really tough to get back to your level if you've been injured or ill. But to manage to get through every single thing, I guess the one thing I didn't touch on with COVID was everything changed for me. I changed running coach again, still distance coached by someone else, and then I've got still got no one to run with, but every track's shut. You're not allowed to use the track because you're not a member of that club. All these silly rules started up. So everything in my life changed. My physio, the business went bust, unfortunately, so I now had to get a new physio, had to get a new massage therapist. My podiatrist emigrated to Australia, I had to get a new podiatrist. I had to get every single support network that I'd built up around me had changed.
Wow.
Every single one. And I was like, I don't think this often happens. You often lose maybe a couple people in your team, but the whole team. So that's been in itself, the fact that I've done all of this on my own, it makes it even more special to make such a good outcome out of a not so great situation. This last year in my athletics career has been the toughest I've ever had. And yeah, I'm just so proud that I've managed to come away with like some good results, and hopefully I can keep it going for the rest of the season to come.
Well, Stacey, I'm proud of you. Like, and that's not even like a condescent. Like, I'm genuinely so proud. And you said it doesn't make sense, but just in case you needed some confirmation, Stacey Downie, you're world 200 meter and 400 meter champion, and you've earned every single step. And I can't think of a fitting way to end the main body of that podcast, but that was what. And I don't know if you clocked what you said when you described the final race, but all you spoke about was beating the person next to you. You didn't mention times at all. And if you remember what Charlie was saying to you when you were younger, he never once made you run against times. You were always running against people.
No, the only person you can beat is yourself. So, like, if you beat your best effort and then run your best race, that's all you can control. I think that's a really powerful thing. Like, for COVID and for a lot of us, like, having all those strange things happen that are not things you can control. I think that kind of brings home that when you are in a race, like, the only thing you can control is how you run it. And yeah, I'm just glad that all my experience paid off, because it could have, I could have ended up third. I remember being in anti-doping and my friend was like, so if you came second, would you be happy? I was like, yeah, I'd be happy with another medal, of course I would. But I've come here to win them both, so I guess you do put a lot of pressure on yourself. And going forward, I know that the next Commonwealth Games might be a big ask. Who knows? I might still be fit when I'm 39. It's hard to say what the future holds, but I know that the next Masters Championships, the Worlds, is in Gothenburg, back with that track where my international career started. And it's in 2 years' time, so I could go in there and defend my titles. That would be quite a nice fitting way to kind of carry on my sport. Be quite a special thing to do. I don't know if anyone's done that, managed to kind of keep their titles. And also the other thing I'd kind of like to do for this season and in general is was any Masters champion, world champion, also being their national champion at the same time.
Okay, so you've got the Masters, so now we're